If you're thinking about moving to Boise, Idaho, one of the biggest questions you're probably asking is, where should I actually live? Because when people say they're moving to Boise, they aren't necessarily talking about living within Boise city limits. They may end up in Eagle, Meridian, Star, Southeast Boise, the North End, or even at the base of the foothills. And each area feels completely different. So today, I'm breaking down 10 Boise area neighborhoods and communities you should know about before deciding where to live. We're talking everything from historic neighborhoods close to downtown to waterfront communities, golf course living, foothill views, acreage, newer construction, and some of the most amenity-rich communities in the Treasure Valley. Let's get into it. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Tracie. I'm a real estate agent serving Boise, Eagle, Meridian, and the greater Treasure Valley. And I moved to Idaho myself more than 10 years ago. So I know firsthand how overwhelming it can be trying to figure out where you belong when you're looking at Boise from another state. And one of the things I tell my relocation clients all the time is, don't choose a city first, choose the lifestyle you want first. Then we can narrow down the neighborhood that actually fit it. So let's start the countdown. We're starting in South Meridian with Pinnacle. If newer construction and neighborhood amenities are high on your list, this is an area you'll want to know about. Pinnacle has community pools, parks, pathways, playgrounds, open green spaces, a community center, and its own Meridian library location. There's also the South Meridian Amphitheater, and you're right by the huge Discovery Park area. South Meridian has grown tremendously, so this is a good area to look at if you want newer homes while still being close to Meridian shopping, restaurants, schools, and everyday conveniences. Next is Spurwing in Meridian. This one has a completely different feel. Spurwing is built around the golf course lifestyle with beautiful homes and access to community amenities. Depending upon which section you're in, you'll find everything from established homes to newer luxury properties. You're also close to the village at Meridian, shopping, restaurants, and the Chinden corridor. If you like the idea of a golf community but don't necessarily want to be way outside of town, Spurwing is one I'd put on your list. Number 8 is Riverstone in Eagle. And this is one of those communities that makes people stop when they first see it. Riverstone was designed around water. There's a private beach club with a sandy beach where residents can swim, paddleboard, kayak, or just hang out by the water. You'll also find lakes, green space, and access near the Boise River. So if someone tells me I want to move to Idaho, but I still want to feel like I'm on vacation, this is one of the communities I'm going to show them. Staying in Eagle, let's talk about Legacy. Legacy is one of Eagle's larger master plan communities, and one of the biggest draws here is the amount of open space and amenities built into the neighborhood. You'll find water features, parks, community pools, sports courts, and a variety of home styles and price points throughout different sections. It also gives you relatively easy access to downtown Eagle while feeling more residential once you're inside the community. If you're comparing newer master plan communities in Eagle, Legacy should definitely be part of that conversation. Thinking about moving to Boise, Idaho, or the Treasure Valley? I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have created the ultimate relocation guide to save you hours of research, and it's linked below, from the most popular neighborhoods to the top rated schools and all the things you want to know before moving here. The best part is the guide is 100% free to you. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. I hope this helps. Now we're heading back into Boise to Harris Ranch. This is one of the communities I think relocation buyers need to understand because it gives you a very different version of Boise living. You're in East Boise near the foothills and the Boise River with access to the greenbelt and trails, but you're also only about 5 minutes from downtown Boise. Harris Ranch has more than 1,000 residences and was intentionally designed around green space, paths, different housing styles, and community gathering spaces. So if you want Boise itself, but you also want newer housing and outdoor access, Harris Ranch is a really interesting option. Number 5 is one of Boise's most recognizable neighborhoods, the North End. This is where you'll find historic homes, mature trees, older architecture, and a completely different feel than many of the newer Treasure Valley communities. Hyde Park is right here with restaurants, coffee shops, and local businesses, and you're close to Camel's Back Park and Foothill Trail access. You're also just north of downtown Boise. If someone tells me they love character, established neighborhoods, local restaurants, and being close to the energy of downtown, the North End usually comes up pretty quickly. But there is a trade-off. Homes are generally older, lots and garages can look different from newer suburbs, and you aren't getting the giant community pools and clubhouses you might find in Eagle or Meridian. That's why figuring out your priorities matters so much. Number 4 is Boise's East End and Warm Springs area. This is another established part of Boise with beautiful mature landscaping, historic homes, foothill views, and quick access to downtown. You're also close to places like the Boise River Greenbelt, Warm Springs Golf Course, Kristen Armstrong Municipal Park, and the foothills. This area can be especially appealing if you want to stay close to downtown, but don't necessarily want to live right in the middle of it. And depending upon where you are, you'll see everything from charming older homes to some pretty incredible luxury properties tucked up against the foothills. Number 3 is Dry Creek Ranch, and this is one of the most unique master plan communities in the Boise area. It's located at the base of the foothills just north of Eagle and sits on about 1,400 acres. The community includes a working farm, equestrian facilities, trails, open space, and now an 8,840 square foot clubhouse with a fitness center, coffee bar, gathering spaces, a resort-style pool, pickleball, basketball, volleyball, soccer, and more. There are also larger home sites available in parts of the community. This is when I show people who tell me, I'm moving to Idaho because I want more space and more of that Idaho lifestyle, but I don't want to be completely disconnected from Boise and Eagle. Dry Creek Ranch gives you a really interesting combination of both. Number 2 is less about one specific subdivision and more about a lifestyle. Hidden Springs and the communities along the Boise foothills. This is where you start getting that scenery many people picture when they think about moving to Idaho. Foothill views, open space, trail access, and neighborhoods that feel a little more removed from the city while still being part of the Boise area. Hidden Springs has its own distinct small community feel, and nearby foothill development continues as you head north. If waking up to hills instead of rooftops is high on your Idaho wish list, this is an area worth exploring. Just remember that when you move farther into the foothills, your everyday driving patterns can look different. That's exactly why I recommend actually driving these areas before deciding based on photos online. Hey guys, it's Tracie. As much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the US make the move here to Boise, Idaho, and all of the Treasure Valley. I've helped countless families make the move. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on screen and linked into the description in case you missed the screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move here to Boise, Idaho. And my number 1? It's actually not one neighborhood, because after helping people move here for years, I've learned that there isn't one best place to live in the Boise area. Someone who loves the North End might hate living in a brand new master plan community. Someone who wants a 3-car garage, a community pool, and a newer home might love Meridian, but realize an older Boise neighborhood isn't right for them. Someone else may care about waterfront living in Eagle, another person wants acreage, another wants foothill trails, another wants to be 10 minutes from downtown, and that's exactly why I don't start by asking my relocation clients, which city do you want to live in? I start by asking, what do you want your everyday life to look like here? Because once we know that, choosing between Boise, Eagle, Meridian, Star, and the surrounding Treasure Valley becomes a whole lot easier. If you're thinking about moving to Boise or anywhere in the Treasure Valley, comment guide below and I'll send you my Boise relocation guide. It covers Boise and the surrounding communities so you can start figuring out which area actually makes sense for you. And if you're moving in 30 days, 6 months, or even a year from now, don't feel like it's too early to reach out. I help people moving here from out of state all the time, and sometimes the most helpful thing we can do first is simply talk through the areas. I'm Tracie McDonald, a Boise, Eagle, and Treasure Valley real estate agent, and I moved to Idaho myself more than 10 years ago. Subscribe if you want more videos about living in Boise, moving to Idaho, neighborhoods, homes, and what everyday life in the Treasure Valley actually looks like. I'll see you in the next video.